from the bottom. Blood on my hands, ain't no dirt on my body. Whip big body. Block, it'll be a real big problem. Whole lot of priors. That's something you don't know nothing about it. Still that way. You ain't built that way. I been more in pain. Waited broad day. Really short fuse. Had a long day. Body like wow. Like. Wait. You know I'm an east side. Big TDE, step a whole rep. That. Top dog since top ramen now. Steak a lobster with a shrimp. Big. Put a ribbon on it, get you give. Rep. Bet that. Real never switch that. Came a long way. Came a long way. Came a long way. Came a long way. Been a long way. Real long way. And it's still that way. Still that way. Still that way. Still broad day. Live that way. Drill that way. Came a long way. Real long way. Been a long way. Real long way. And it's still that way. 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 Woo. 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 This not a drill. Bucket of ice on me, how should I chill? Scope in your mouth, watch how I know how I'm rocking, you know how I'm built. Still in the trenches, we out in the field. If she in her bag, then it's Prada Chanel. The is fake, but she poppin' for real. Still that way. Run up if you feel that way. You can get this work, but the work don't ship, cause it really don't feel that way. Seen a whole lot of rapping and a whole lot of get like ice. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Talk to me nice. You know I'm an east side, big TDE, step a whole rep. That. Top dog since top ramen now. Steak a lobster with a shrimp. Fat. Big. Put a ribbon on it, get you give. Rep. Bet that. Real never switch that. Came a long way. Came a long way. Came a long way. Came a long way. Been a long way. Real long way. And it's still that way. Still that way. Still that way. Still broad day. Live that way. Drill that way. Came a long way. Real long way. Been a long way. Real long way. And it's still that way. 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 Still that way.
Hey, DJ.
Hey, why be like pipe 'em up, bro?
They don't want no problems. Don't want no problems. They don't want no problems. Don't want no problems. All I know is when I ain't never took a L. But if I take a L, then you know I'm raising hell, huh? They don't want no problems. 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 All I know is when I ain't never took a L. But if I take a L, then you know I'm raising hell, huh?
I ain't take no losses in a minute. Scored touchdown through the critic. Came a long way from the trenches. Still be making plays in the trenches. I'm from New Orleans. I'm a saint with a demon in my head. Yeah, I told him chill. Lil' bro still spinning like a fan. Lord on my mama. He been playing like this since he was in college. So fast like a rocket. Part of the reason they can't stop him. You don't know how I feel. Come from nothing, turn up quick. You don't know how I feel. Turn them losses into a whip. Yeah, treat the beat like full down. Go for the dub. I ain't playing with
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeatens, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Ready.
Now Tua on the bootleg here. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Come on, shoot.
Now their 31-year-old running back, Raheem Mostert. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. On first down, they go with Mostert again. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Once again, it's Mostert. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. You look at this Eagle defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And this is what we talk game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I won't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 33 yards that time.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Jordan Davis, just a monster on that play, stopping it from going anywhere.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They're moving back in the backfield to make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. Now Tua. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
Sanders' kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a man picked up on draft night this year, DeAndre Swift. And he stopped immediately there. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. So this game of our, Charles, you know, the talk of the NFL world all week. 2 unbeaten teams. You rarely see such a matchup this deep into a season.
I would agree with that because normally you might get one team undefeated for a while. But 2 teams like this, and I remember in preseason, you looked at schedules and said,
oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. And the return will stop right around the 25. He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll try and run here with Mostert. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
That is caught and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Did he get the feed down? Yes! Touchdown! Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 75 as his guys are able to extend their lead. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far, and that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Tua going to throw. The throw out wide going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jalen Waddle there. And it's 3rd down. You look at this Eagle defense. They really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes our score 17-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
After the turnover, it's Tua. That's Waddle. He's got the catch on the out route. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point.
Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
A gain of 3 yards.
Tiger Swamp, Tiger Swamp.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked up by Javon Holland.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
They hand it off to Mostert.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Here's Tua.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
Turbo 1 hard, Turbo 1 hard.
Looking to pass. Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. In the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this first half.
Eagles nothing. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And this ball game, clearly the game of the year so far. It's not very often that you find 2 unbeaten teams playing each other this late in the season, but that's what we have here, 2 heavyweights in the NFL.
You're right about that, and you think about recent memories, so let's take a little ginkgo right now and go down memory lane, right? 2007, 7-0 Colts, 8-0 Patriots. The Pats won 24-20, ended up going 16-0 in the regular season before they lost in the Super Bowl against the Giants. How about 2015? 6-0 Broncos, 6-0 Packers. Denver won 29-10. And in 2020, Steelers and Titans were both 5-0. Pittsburgh won that one. And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this first half.
Eagles nothing. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team, because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile.
Ice jam! Ice jam!
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board. They begin to have hope.
Here's 2nd and 7.
73. Hey, silver.
Hurts. They throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They head to the line
63,
facing a
63,
3rd and 7
63.
following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Hey! Tiger Hornet. Nelson.
Here's Hurts to throw. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that one, that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. On the option to give to Swift here. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Hey, easy, 63, bang.
Throwing is Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles' first down as he'll get this down inside the 20.
Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Rolling to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Hurts fumbles it, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
All right, come on.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Hey, turbo one. Whoa.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And this throw will be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. Down the right sideline.
Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
No, touch. Crowd up, Yanni. No touch.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Now he's forced out right. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They go play action with Hurts. Going for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Short pass to Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Powerful running. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
3rd and 5.
Come on, 2.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
44.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
20 TX. All right, fellas, listen up. Hey! 21G.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
20 TX. Hey, turbo 2. Solo left Zion.
On play action, here's Tua. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And this is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Go Silver, ready?
They'll set up a throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Eli Apple. And the Dolphins are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Turbo 1. Scat. Solo left Zion.
2 and now on 1st down. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd.
Let's go. Hey.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that is incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. But they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Here's 2nd and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It looks like one of the DBs has it. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. A lane there to run as Mostert able to get about 7 there on 1st down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Turbo 3, kick.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And this is incomplete, but a flag back at the line of scrimmage. And this could be a 1st down. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now 2nd and 3.
73. Hey, Silver. No,
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 46.
63. No,
They'll drop to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
2nd down. Here's Hurts. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw again.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there, and in the process picks up the 1st down. Here's a handoff to Swift running left.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
DeAndre Swift.
41 yards.
And the Eagles are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Eagles are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Airing it out deep for Smith. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Alpha. Hey, easy, 63, back.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Here's a handoff to Mostert running left.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Off the edge and right to the ball that time was Kyle Van Noy. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's third and 10.
Hey, turbo one.
Looking to pass. Tua. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And going deep for Hill. And now here is another interception.
It's Sidney Brown with it. And the Eagles are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down.
To pick up a 3, brings up second and 7 at the 45-yard line.
A handoff, Swift running to the left.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Hey, let's go.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Rolling to his right.
An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
Hey, 73.
Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Get to the line. Yeah.
They get it to Hill, and they'll let him run.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going, and also you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one.
Oh, now it's free. Hill fumbled it. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And that will write a finish to this ball game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Dolphins, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they fall for the first time this season after 6 wins to start the campaign. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
shoes and picking a slack now. Spend most of my days thinking if I would ever live inside the background. Now I pull strings, they out to get me another day, another man down. I'm picking my shoes, I'm picking the litter, I'm pushing the limit, I'm picking the slack now. The glitters ain't gold, look around where we roam through. In the land of the broken, it's a lot we was prone to. Quicker sand was engulfing, but intact with my soul. But dispatch, I'm evolving, searching for solitude. While most fold, I'm comic composed. Stop the politicking with no, they voters is froze. I'm off the hit with the 50s, I can't be product and system. I pray to God, no, we listen. Won't send my fate with some kisses. Nah, cause we ain't got time to keep off our toes. The type of vigor make you consider throwing the towel. I'm in the mood to make y'all remember going the proud. Sharpen my sword, declaring the war on foes and cows, yeah. So pass me the torch, thrones and crowns. It's the voice of the future tonight, rooster sounds. The Bronze Age forever, this a God-given level. On a high like crescendo, where my mind state resemble. Picking your shoes and picking the slack now. Spend most of my days thinking if I would ever live inside the background. Now I pull strings, they out to get me another day, another man down. I'm picking my shoes, I'm picking the litter, I'm pushing the limit, I'm picking the slack now. Talk, they say whatever. Opinions change just like the weather. I got a question for whoever. Who do it better? Who do it better? Who do it better? Who do it better? Who do it better?
Yeah, it's the king of crunk. Sometimes they call me Lucifer. Talk about you do this and that, ain't none of that they're new to us. Acting like that you pop off, no damn well that you grew to us. Been in my own lane, carry you like that do the truck. Trend following, I'm surprised you just now catching up. It's my way or the highway, baby girl, I'm not a settler. Don't play with my kind, no matter my mind. I promise it get pitiful. They love me, I promise I do the bare minimum. My people, they say that I'm underrated, but it's crazy, I'm steady, they killing them. Can't ride my wave, I'm flipping them. Come up for some earth and I'm dipping them.
I'm so sick of all you weak, lame. Sick of being so humble, man. It's dead for that, man. It's 2023. Maniacs. Talk about, man. All I wanna do is talk and talk and talk. I can really give up.
We got London on the trip.
Whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's that made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of hitters doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. The whole club. My crown way too white to be shooting in the eyes. I'm sleeping good at night, see the door don't got no locks. To be spiteful, she best friends with the ops. And that you need better stocks. Standing on my money, dog. Please don't get the involved. Ain't nobody running off, rules to the basics. I can't be no son-in-law, I can't take the summer off. I make it look good and all, but this is no vacation. All the goons, they respect me and I know it. Watch your words and your tone, you not a poet. My advice, please don't try to be heroic. Let me know they whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. I never had a mentor. Only one Scarface. I met her at a club. She twerk better when her heart breaks. Hey, hood, wanna everything that I can. I'm praying for a Bentley and to never go to jail. I'm fresh up out the gutter, I don't know if you can tell. I'm hustling for everything I do for legacy. You can call me any type of day, my dog, I never sleep. The only rule I got is if we don't embarrass me. I write down my problems, then record it just for therapy. Just for clarity. Whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. The whole club.
I ain't tripping, this is easy. Got them excited to meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs. Wake up, get to it, and repeat. Hey, I ain't hearing nothing haters say. Let them talk about us. My whole crew is about 100 deep. Gotta walk around us. I kill it and then I walk away. Put the chalk around it. I just get low key and watch them talk about it. I'm in New York and we finna get loose. Squeeze the big apple and give me the juice. Don't wanna talk, I just do what it do. My alter egos can fill up a room. Hop on a flight, take a trip to Peru. That hop in the whip that is missing the roof. My woman a fire, just look at my boo. I know I'm mighty, I'm feeling like Bruce. Ooh. I don't need much, ability to do. Ooh. Breaking the hearts and breaking the rules. Ooh. 10 out of 10, I'm feeling like two. I ain't tripping, this is easy. Got them excited to meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs. Wake up, get to it, and repeat. Hey, I ain't hearing nothing haters say. Let them talk about us. My whole crew is about 100 deep. Gotta walk around us. I kill it and then I walk away. Put the chalk around it. I just get low key and watch them talk about it. Every week I got a mission to get it. Hop on a flight and then finish in business. I'm sitting in business, just look at the ticket. A traveling man, I'm switching to pivot. Why would I talk about it when I live it? I know that you live it, I know that you mad. Putting up numbers and flipping the digits again and again. Well, you get it. Elevate and enjoy the saga. Better pay, give me more of them dollars. Still on the grind, ahead of my time. My yesterdays are your mananas. Trip to Hawaii to bust out the haka. I bust out the haka, I bust out the ooh. When there's nothing to do. Never been capping, you know that it's true. Haters are climbing your river like boo. Breaking the hearts and breaking the rules. Ooh. 10 out of 10, I'm feeling like two. I ain't tripping, this is easy. Got them excited to meet me. I got diamonds, you got CZs. Wake up, get to it, and repeat. Hey, I ain't hearing nothing haters say. Let them talk about us. My whole crew is about 100 deep. Gotta walk around us. I kill it and then I walk away. Put the chalk around it. I just get low key and watch them talk about it. Yeah.
Stay with me till the sun has gone away, and I will chase the girl in you away. I'll chase it away. I'll chase the girl.
Who's the best MC? Cole, Kendrick, and me.
fiction. Mr. Clay the magician with the greatest of Drizzy Drakes and Wheezies, Andres and Jiggers, Pac, Biggie and Nas, Face Mob, Easy and Raekwon. It's easy to say these things looking for clout, but this is non-fiction. The proof's in the pudding, it's none missing. You and your opinion, you can stick that up your... I jumped to touch the sky and landed on planet Uranus. Houston, we got a problem. No need to look for solutions. I'm stacking Eisenhowers. Deceased presidents on the wall in my residence as I increase stepping on balling forever while kissing the sweet melanin of a broad that I met in the Netherlands. Address me as Marcus Clay, the developing veteran. That's why I got no time to sleep. I gotta creep the late night to get this cake debate right. I'm thinking real estate licenses. I've seen multiple moments of indecisiveness. I got scars on my back that resemble tiger slits. When it's all said and done, I'll be one of the greatest you know. The only one left like a by the Uno. But who knows what the future holds? My moving stupid. Most of you do it for the internet, and I'm not into that. And that's the disconnect. Comparing me to these rappers is disrespect. Who's the best MC? Cole, Kendrick, and Meade?
Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. I ain't got it, but they hands to the ceiling. I ain't palm reading, but I got 'em in they feelings, yeah. Ain't vanilla ice, but I'm iced out chillin'. Was the good guy till they made me the villain. Was gonna get a room, but they gave me a villa. I got game Sports Center. 20 bands for the dinner. 20 dips in a sprinter. What's a two up? Never been afraid to play my cards. What's a risk to a winner? Barely hang out with these days. What's a lame to a real one? Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Never turn my back on my guys when they need me. Gotta give respect for my job, it ain't easy. In a good mental state and God is the reason. This is plain Jane season. Fresh up off the plane in Japan, I ain't leaving. They say seeing is believing. Well, here's a briefcase with $1 million even. This all week, no days off. This hard work gon' pay off. I made myself a promise young. I would never work a day job, put it in the safe. Never know when I'm gon' need that. Came here with my gang, you don't know where your homies at. Gave you a lot of game, you don't owe me back. You say you a boss, gotta show me that. Never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take an L and try to double back. We ain't doing that. Say she mad, but I know it's cap. I've been through with that. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. Need someone to hype me up. Hype me up. I got game Sports Center. 20 bands for the dinner. 20 dips in a sprinter. Why would I hold a man for ransom when my scope like Richard Branson? Since the basement making anthems over seasons with the man in black is teasing with my patterns. Pretty girls, you think I'm handsome, just coasting through these mantras. I'm not bossing, I'm advancing. Keep it moving, tryna be on before below. Wanna be intimate with soul, explore this war before I go. And that's some hours in my feng shui. Now it's like work for 10K, all cause it is pen gaming. Been insane in the membrane since them days where we raved for 3 days and 4 nights and took them red eye flights. Hot straight off the plane and through the back door of the place. Then I head down stage, they be like, see the crowd going air, they be like. So I stepped on stage, they be like, ooh yeah. See the crowd going air, they be like, oh yeah. Crazed and courageous, raised by some Zulu lions, taught to seek dangers, brave and defiant, boy, the Lord was doing favors, blaze through the fire, yeah, we had a few, lost a few wages, still coming rampant, misbehaving, flavors, still coming anti-up, rebelling with my ravers, still don't give a about who be the latest, can't be locked up in them cages, start living up to what the is biggest day is.
But hey, what about the
So I stepped on stage, they be like, see the crowd going air, they be like. So I stepped on stage, they be like, ooh yeah. See the crowd going air, they be like, oh yeah. Yeah. First off, my name Toad, but it's really Tobe Chuku. Got a BM that keep my season, that keep me fruitful. Grew up wearing platinum FUBU on the Southwest eating fufu. And a hammer that I keep don't come with nails. Look, I ain't know who Bill Burr was until I met the man. Half my married to the street without a wedding band. I done peeped that all these rappers won't be secondhand. My pop said I'd be broken, barely eat. I should've bet the man. Yeah, cause I'm way up. Long ways from the days I evade valet stores. Couldn't pay nowadays. All the cake I make us is enough to buy about 100 trucks from Mercedes. I resage Chukwueze, then my babies. Label hit be trying to sway me. Pay me. Wrote the game 2020, you can see it plainly. Can't nobody play me. I kill everything innately. At the helm of the mothership of drip, you can see me leaking. Shh, be quiet, a real speaking. Voice of God, every word I jot, feel the spirit breathing. Best new artist, but the way I cook, very seasoned. Everything around me moving, like bachata. Usher told me do it my way, Frank Sinatra. Been a shotter, been locked in with my katas. Now I got them raving how I'm big on lines. Hello, de nata. Sheesh. On God, I'm a dog, bro. Need a clergy collar, dodging fleas from you, dog. Adversely, I affect the demon with this God flow. Then put out my queen and yell out bravo. Yeah, we on baby number quattro. Yeah, my whole crib look like a art show. Yeah, pockets on avocado. I'm like a bird, let me fly away. Nelly Furtado, bye.
It's a sweep. What? It's a sweep. Yeah. What? Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. We ain't playing no games, we playing for keeps. Yeah. It's a sweep. It's my time, I know Paddock Philippe. They was yapping, I don't hear a peep. Yeah, I step through that spot, I don't creep. Yeah, we ain't on none of that. Can't call it lucky, I give it my all every day of the week. You know what I'm on. I see a crowd at the bottom, ain't with that, I climb to the peak. Don't ride no red, but they know what I'm on, they address me as chief. I be dripping water like a reef. Slid off with the bag, but I ain't no thief. It's a sweet, they ain't even have a chance. I've been locked on that cash in a trance. Hit the end zone and do my little dance. Yeah, your chick blowing kisses like Lance. You go tell your mans. It's a sweet. What? It's a sweet. Yeah. What? Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweet. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweet. Get that boy out of there. We ain't playing no games, we playing for keeps. Get that boy out of there.
It's a sweep, do my dance, Mr. Clean. clean. Game nice, but I play it so mean. Front line, I'm protecting the team. John Madden, yeah, I boom with the scheme. Dream chasing, I've been chasing the dream. Paper chasing, I just made it my thing. Got the bag, I just need me a ring. GMF, hold it down for the team. It's a sweep, right? Shout out to Jokic, I'm locked in. Man, I swear that I'm focused. He toes up in the drip, I bet they didn't notice. Air Force Ones got me walking like POTUS. God's child, so I know that I'm chosen. Drake with me, man, I feel like DeRozan. Left and right wrist equally frozen. All four pockets equally swollen. It's a sweep. What? It's a sweep. Yeah. What? Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. We ain't playing no games, we playing for keeps. Yeah. It's bag season, I'ma post like a sinner. Diamond chains and a mink in the wind. All these rings on, you could tell I'm a winner. I'm a walking bucket like that boy out in dim. Got the pink slip for these whips, ain't no rental. Steady breaking records, give them something to remember. Money, power, and respect is so simple. What separate good and great is they mental. It's a sweep. What? It's a sweep. Yeah. What? Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. It's a sweep. Get that boy out of there. Hey, we ain't playing no games, we playing for keeps. Yes, sir. It's a sweep. We the midweek. I tend to smile VVS on my teeth. Money made rather I'll never be beat. Got rid of Bronco, got SOTG. Deep in that jungle, came out with a meat. Got a track like got 2K on my feet. Slide with the bros, I don't care what you think. 17 flash gonna go in a blink. Hey, hey. Wrist got no thirst, like what do you drink? Last of the real, yeah, my kind be extinct. Bad little G used to drink from the sink. Whoa, whoa. No TLC, I'm too lit, we can't creep. Flight to Miami, I stay with that heat. Hopped on the jet, cause it's a sweep. What? It's a sweep. Yeah. What? Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. Get that boy